Hi Facebook world. I'm going to try and share some insights into avoidant and anxious relationship dynamics with you here. I had a chat with a good friend yesterday and just shared something that may be helpful for you, that can help to kind of de-escalate the push-pull dynamics of the avoidant anxious dance. So I'm just going to put my phone here so you can see. So what happens in an avoidant anxious dance is if you imagine you've got two people, your avoidant person leans back, and when someone leans back, the natural tendency is for the other to lean forward. So if the avoidant person starts creating distance by using distancing strategies, trying to reduce intimacy, the other one is going to naturally want to create more intimacy. So they'll chase, they'll do things to try to get the attention of the avoidant person. So they might be super loving, or they might give a lot, or they might pick fights, do anything to try to engage this one and bring the connection back in. So what I wanted to share is if you are an avoidantly tending person, and just quickly what I mean by avoidant is it'll tend to feel a little bit challenging, or a lot challenging, to be in close connection over a consistent period of time. You might tend to feel smothered. You might tend to idealize past relationships and find a lot of fault with current relationships, and feel safer or more relaxed in yourself when you're not in intimate connection. That would be an avoidant type. An anxious type is going to feel better when you're in connection and you've got your person kind of in your hands, and when the bond is really clear. So if you are the avoidant person in a dynamic and you're wanting to de-escalate that push-pull dance, that can get quite strong and distressing for both parties. I'm going to suggest something that's kind of contrary to what you might be drawn to do. So if you are communicating with your anxiously attached person, the suggestion I have for you is, as the avoidant person, is to find something that you value or love or appreciate about this other person, and to share that with them. And the effect of this is so the dynamics like this, you're leaning away, they're leaning towards, you're feeling smothered or chased, they're chasing, and you're kind of chasing each other around in circles. When you value or find what you appreciate about the connection with this person, it actually it's you leaning forward, and it's them then being able to come back into their center a little bit. For you as an avoidant person, you're likely to feel like, if I lean towards them, I'm just going to lean into this smothering feeling, and it's not going to be good. But I would just want to give you the possibility that if you lean in, if you give, if you find something to appreciate, it actually, a lot of the time, has the effect of creating settling in this one's system, so they're not so anxious, so they're not so focused on the threat of you leaving. So if you can give love and appreciation, it'll settle them and settle the whole dynamic out of this can be quite intense push-pull kind of thing. And then your work as the person who's more avoidantly acting, your work is to soothe and be with whatever feelings might come up for you if you start moving towards them, even if it's just a simple, hey, I really appreciate your friendship. and kind of to soothe and be with, the fear that might come up. And it's really good to just watch how, if you do this, if you do find something to appreciate in the person, just watching your language and the way that you do it, because it can be kind of sneaky how those avoidant and distancing strategies come in. So you might watch yourself say something like, I really appreciate how we have been friends. I really appreciate how much I loved you. So it's a distancing strategy to put the connection in the past at some other time. So if it's available to you, you can, as in if you're able to, you can see if you can move towards your partner in a loving way in the present moment. But if you're noticing that you're creating the distancing by making the connection in the past, it's just really good to just notice, because the more you can notice what you're doing, the more you start to be really conscious inside of that, what can be a very unconscious dance with your partner. Let me know how this lands. Little ramble from me on a rainy Saturday morning in Brunswick Heads. Lots of love.